Hi everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Unspoken Soul podcast, where I want to bring awareness and understanding towards one of taboo topic in Malaysia, which is
Sexual harassment.
yes. I am Ayu,
And I'm Romy, and we are here representing Unspoken Soul.
and here we have.
Hi guys, I'm Michelle, the Director of Unspoken Soul.
Wow, are you?
Nice to meet you all, like listeners of this podcast. Thank you for listening, guys. So how are you guys today, Ayu and Romy?
Okay.
Okay.
We're good, but the question is, how are
Are you?
Not to us.
I mean, I'm good, all is good. I'm a little bit stressed with work, but I'm good.
Oh, wow.
So actually today we're gonna share some stories from the victims of sexual harassment, and we're gonna also discuss about it lah. So Romy,
Oh no, I think the story one is more appropriate for you since it's a,
okay. So this one is gonna be a little bit sad. Alright.
And also before we start, I would like to say if our podcast mainly focus on sexual harassment, where we will focus on sexual assault and anything of that nature. So if any of this topic is triggering to you, please proceed with beware. Please proceed with caution. And if it's too triggering, then don't listen to it. Thank you.
Don't listen to it.
Okay, you continue.
Alright. So the first story. Okay, I'm gonna start. Alright, when I was 16, I caught my cousin brother taking a video of me showering. My family member seems to have moved on and forgotten about this, but it still haunts me until this very moment. And I think it will haunt me forever. Like I said, this incident will haunt me for life. I'm not forgive, but I will never forget. And for now, I think what's hurting me the most is I don't think any of my family members remember this incident anymore. I feel like they most probably felt like a small matter to them and still feel like it was just a small matter. It was not, and it will never be. I remember bringing that up to my mother a few months later, and her reaction was, "Hi, young boys kan? He was young. Maybe that's why." I can't even describe how I feel. Mad, disgusted, shocked, disbelief. It seems like no one actually really cares. Like no one cares. Cares, They might come to you and comfort you for a few minutes and then they leave. And I'm being left there alone, being traumatized for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's it for the first story.
And what's so sad about this? It's a family member, and
Yep.
this person, they confided into their family member, and the worst part is the mom literally was the mom gave excuse for the perpetrator instead of showing support to them.
Yeah.
It's a very typical reaction when a person says young boys can, he was young, maybe that's why they always say that boys will be boys, maybe they were young, they were but I don't think that's very healthy for us. That's a culture that needs to stop, where we give excuse to this behavior basically. What do you think, Michelle?
I mean, the mother is saying haya like that, and they don't defend their own daughters. It's really sad, and I don't know how this person feels, but yeah, I think it must be really surprised to see a mother to act like that and not defend their daughter, not to support their daughter. It's a real story and it gives traumas to their daughter. So I think that is, I don't know, I don't want to say they're being a bad mother, but
They should be the one who protecting.
yeah, they should be the one who's protecting. And then this confession is 16 years old, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, still a teenager, and the mother's just say, boys will be boys, blah blah blah, like that.
Can you imagine being 16 years old and you were harassed by your own family member
Yeah.
that you should trust? Yeah.
And this person literally was in their house, basically taking video of them showering. That's
I know.
and
I wonder how the relationship now.
yeah, I don't. I mean, that's not. I mean, she did say she'll forgive, but she won't forget. But even if then, I don't think that's the thing. From my personal view, I don't think everything should be forgiven and forget. This is not healthy. But it's okay to hate and remember.
True. I mean, some people might be oh, we need to stay positive.
Yeah, stay positive, stay positive. But that scars, it stays with you, and as much as you want to forgive and forget, sometimes you
Cannot.
and the memory just
won't
lingers around your mind, like
Yeah.
which I don't know, it might be a bad thing for me to say that it's okay to hate and remember, but remember to move forward from it.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm saying it's okay to hate and remember, but like don't stuck
There.
there, move forward it. But just say that every time you remember that situation, just remember that that was a bad situation, and like, okay, and like I know I won't forgive them, I hate them for doing that, but you know what, life goes on, and I'll just, you know,
Move on.
I won't
I won't move on.
move on, but
But-
basically like just try to
Live your life.
live your life. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah, it never easy.
Yeah.
Some people took it years for them to move on, to like just live their life, forgetting about that, or like not forgetting, but still.
Like, now that you pointed out she was a teenager, like
Yeah.
that's even that's even more wild. The fact that a mom literally just boys will be boys to their teenage
Teenager,
daughter.
yeah.
Like, you're a mother, you're supposed to like defend your daughter.
At least comfort her.
And like,
Yeah.
aren't mothers supposed to understand that boys are literally like the worst people in
Yes.
the world?
Yeah. You're being biased right now, but yeah.
No, I mean, like, not kidding, but like, we always tell, it's always, how do I say this? People will more often than not remind women
Yeah.
to be careful of men,
Men.
rather than
Yeah.
men being careful of women.
Women. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I think that this like thing should be implemented in the like family punya teaching, where mother or parents need to remind their own sons to not do that to their to any girls, to any
Yeah.
women. So not just like you reminding your own daughter macam jaga diri, this one. Nah, you should also tell your son to not do that. Yeah, you have to teach them that lah. Yeah, don't say like boys need to be boys. Nah, that's not it.
And also remember, there's like 4 section of laws that
Yeah.
they can be charged for. So, you know, it's gonna be a hefty money
Yeah,
if
gonna
they
be
go
hefty
to court for it.
Yes, true. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's for the first story, which, yeah, if you confide in your family member and they don't take it seriously, it is not a great feeling.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now we're just gonna go on to like the second story. The story is in DM, so yeah. Saya merupakan salah seorang mangsa yang pernah mengalami hal ini as in sexual harassment, berkerap kali, terutama setiap kali memasuki suatu kelompok yang baharu. Pengalaman pertama saya adalah semasa saya bekerja di sebuah kilang teknologi. Sebagai pekerja tempatan yang minoriti di situ, saya menjadi terganggu semasa melakukan pekerjaan kerana pekerja dari luar negara yang tidak ada kaitan dengan bahagian pekerjaan saya sering kali berlegar dan terasa diperhati, terutama semasa waktu rehat di kantin kilang. Di situ juga mereka selalu membuat sentuhan fizikal yang mereka katakan tidak sengaja, tetapi ketidaksengajaan itu berlaku sangat kerap. Bukan itu sahaja, seorang lelaki lembut juga pernah meminta nombor telefon saya apabila tidak dapat dia memburukkan saya di depan pekerja yang lain. Yang kedua pula saya alami di tempat kerja di sebuah restoran fast food. Di situ terdapat seorang lelaki lembut yang sering membuat sentuhan fizikal terhadap saya dan memanggil dengan panggilan sayang. Seterusnya juga terjadi di tempat kerja yang baru. Di sebuah restoran juga manager di situ mengganggu saya dengan cara dia menyamakan shift kerja saya dengan shift dia dan sering memanggil saya untuk melakukan pelbagai pekerjaan. Dan disebabkan hal itu, saya dipanggil anak ikan oleh rakan sekerja di sana. Gangguan sebegini membuat saya anxiety setiap kali ingin masuk kerja. Hal ini juga mengganggu pemikiran saya dan perasaan menjadi tersangat sayu apabila melihat ramai lagi orang lain mengalami gangguan seksual ini, terutama golongan wanita yang secara terangan menjadi mangsa.
That's a
Okay.
lot.
I know.
Yeah.
He's been through it like
It's a
Multiple
continuous
times.
thing.
Yeah, multiple times.
And like, this all happens in workplace, right?
Yeah.
Kilang technology, fast food. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first story. So yeah, as we can see, like, he was continuously harassed wherever he worked, like at the kilang technology,
FNB.
yeah. Okay, so that was the story from the guy, and like, as we can see, like, he was continuously harassed, like, even when he moved his workplace,
Yeah.
from the kilang to the fast food restaurant, and I'm pretty sure he works at 2 different fast food restaurants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he moved.
Yeah. So like, what do you guys think of this story?
I mean, I think that this person is really brave to like tell their story and then give us the consent to like expose his story. And for a guy to like speak up about the experience is really, it's not rare, it's just it does not happen all the time, because if they do speak up about the experience, they might get like lemah lah, tak payahlah, simpan je lah, kau bukan perempuan pun, just like comments about their, you know, comments that can affect their masculinity,
Yes.
if their masculinity is fragile lah.
Yes.
So yeah, that is what I think about on this story. But yeah, it's really sad sebab balik-balik dia kena, and I don't know if he ever like, you know, meluah about the story to his friends, family. But yeah, I hope he did.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think about the
Yeah.
story.
And we talk about unwanted touching kan masa first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like the form of unwanted touching. Okay, like terlanggar, terpegang sikit pun. And if they are being uncomfortable, that's it. That's a sexual harassment there. Yeah. So this guy have been touched for countless time.
Yes.
Dia kata sengaja, tapi sebenarnya tak. That means sengaja pula. Tak sengaja. Okay, tak sengaja. If kau tak sengaja, it shouldn't be more than once.
But it
Okay?
makes him uncomfortable, so
Yeah.
that is sengaja then.
Yeah. And moving on to like the second place where he works. Yeah, they want to ask for like
Phone number.
phone number. Okay, here he already said he doesn't want it. So you should understand that he's being uncomfortable and he doesn't want it to give his like privacy to other people.
Yes.
Like it's his privacy, phone number. And then why would you go there tell people about this guy, like memburukkan beliau? Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. Dia macam, oh, I didn't get your phone number, I'm gonna like turn the situation now that you are like bad guy or like this, and then you should be giving me your phone number now. Yeah. I think that's what the preparator wants lah from this.
And then also like he also experienced unwanted touching and like unwanted name calling. Like he got called sayang, like I guess
yeah.
a lot of times.
Yes.
And even like in the next workplace, like he has a manager that like sengaja samakan their shift so that like the manager get to like boss him around and stuff. And like in the end, like he got called anak ikan.
Yeah.
What is anak ikan in English? How do we explain
Macam
that?
sugar baby.
Yeah, sugar
something
baby.
like that.
And like also from here we can see like sometimes other people enabled like sexual harassment. Like these people who call him like anak ikan, they are indirectly supporting like the behavior.
Yeah. You shouldn't be making fun of it. You shouldn't be calling it the anak ikan or things like that. You should be the one who speak up. Yang macam you shouldn't do cakap lah dekat manager, you shouldn't do this. Yeah.
That's
Kenapa dia asyik dengan you guys je. Yeah. And he said that dia faham bila dia tengok ramai lagi orang lain yang mengalami gangguan seksual ni, terutama golongan wanita yang secara terangan menjadi mangsa. Yeah.
He's like very aware that like, women like are the more obvious victims
Yeah.
when it comes to sexual harassment, which is like it's nice of him to be self-aware of it, but like it also sucks to be him because like people might not take his story seriously because you know he's a guy, like he should just man up about the story. And like
Benar.
like I don't know, I think men considered sexual harassment as I feel like they think like other men should consider as, how do I say this, pujian, because like you know how like it's not pujian, compliment. Yeah. Because
Pujian lah tu.
like you know because you get sexually harassed, it means like you're attractive and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It is not.
Yeah.
It's never.
Like it goes both ways lah, men and women. But like I feel like that's the main reason why men like oftentimes don't tell their stories, because like they should accept it as compliment and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's just weird.
Yeah. It goes back to our K-pop idols punya story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
the
true.
same thing.
Back in episode 1, so listen to
Yeah.
that if you don't understand.
Yes.
So yeah, now let's just move on to our next topic, which is
Kenapa?
sort of related, like why sexual assault or sexual harassment survivors are afraid to speak up. So like, the experience of sexual assault survivors are different, and as are the ways in which they cope with their trauma. There are unfortunately a lot of reasons why survivors of sexual harassment chose to keep it a secret. Keeping it quiet about traumatic experience might cause mental health and physical health problems for the rest of one's life, and it can be difficult and scary for survivors of sexual assault to speak out against their attackers. And some of these common fears and reasons why survivors keep silent is fear of retaliation or punishment from their perpetrator, fear of victim blaming, fear that they won't be believed in, fear that they will not have any support or a place to turn for help, fear of being shunned and being conditioned by the perpetrator to keep silent and blaming themselves for the sexual assault. And like the most common reason why victims do not speak up is because of embarrassment. Like many victims experience feelings of invasion or like helplessness because of another person's act, which is the perpetrator. And like being sexually attacked creates a sense of dehumanization of the victims.
And also there's like stigmatizations of sexual assault in our society, where they discourages many victims from reporting their assault. Our society has this one rape culture in which we tolerate and justify such behavior. Like we keep on blaming the victim instead of the raper. Yeah. And Carlos 2019 also mentioned that the main thing that shows rape culture is putting the blame on the victim. Just like I said before, people who blame victims often say things like, she asked for it, or maybe if she hadn't been wearing that. This way of thinking puts the victim on the outside right way, which makes it harder for these victims to speak up. Yeah.
That's the culture in Malaysia primarily. Like,
Yeah.
like people here, they just tend to victim blame. Like, oh pakai seksi, mesti lah kena kacau. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how about those babies that were raped?
Yeah.
I know.
Can you explain that? If you are someone that blame on the victim for wearing what they wear, and how can you justify those babies that were raped?
And also those who are in like the sekolah tahfiz.
Sekolah tahfiz, yeah.
Yeah. Even in school uniform is already decent enough. Like it's
Yeah.
long, it's loose. Like, why are
Yeah.
they still sexually harassed then? Like, what a person wear does not like give consent to other people to like
Yeah.
sexually harass them or anything for that matter.
So there's this one case where she's wearing a very labu jubah warna hitam and very labu, or like very baggy, and then a tudung labu, and still got sexually harassed, still got raped actually. Victim where maybe if she hadn't been wearing that, is not valid, I would say.
Yeah.
Because you will still get harassed in any clothes you wear. If they want to harass you, then they will just harass you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, back to episode 1. It's about common sense. Alright?
So as we can see, that's like one of the many reasons why sexual harassment survivors are afraid to speak up when they are sexually harassed, like fear of retaliation, victim blaming, and all those. Like these all are basically like engraved in their brain, engraved in literally almost anybody's brain when they are sexually harassed. Like victim blaming, like there will be victim blame, like what we wearing, blah blah blah. So yeah, we should like, instead of like having all this fear, we should just like project off. How do I say this? They should be afraid of us.
We should not be afraid of the harasser.
Yeah, they should be afraid of us. Like, no, they should fear us instead.
Yes.
But then again, that's another conversation for another day, which is like a much more bigger topic to talk about. But yeah. So let's now move on to the event itself, Unspoken Soul, which is one of the main reasons why the director is here, is to talk about the event itself. So like, would you mind explaining a bit why you're handling this event and like the details and stuff?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everybody, it's me again, Michelle, the director of Unspoken Soul. So, we're gonna start off with our objective for this campaign. So, the first objective is we want to raise the awareness and understanding of students in tertiary institutions about sexual harassment on their campus. And then the second objective is to to encourage the victim to speak up about their experiences. And then the third one is to highlight the presence of equal chances for both men and women to encounter any form of sexual harassment. So that is our objective for this campaign. Okay, so during the campaign, there will be 4 activities, 1 showcase, and then 1 sexual awareness talk. So the sexual harassment awareness talk, will be held on the 3rd of January in FLC TMM, and we will invite Sarawak Women for Women's Society, a speaker from Sarawak Women for Women's Society, to give a talk about sexual harassment. Give the details that this sexual harassment also can happen in their campus, both to men and women. And then let's just go to the activities in the exhibition. So the first activity is the jar. The jar is an activity where every victim of sexual harassment of any gender will put a ping pong ball into the jar to show that they have been sexually assaulted. So we will provide 2 jar for men and women. We will label it men and women, and then they will participate. Students will participate, and then they will put a ping pong ball. If the jar is full, then we will do a countdown. Okay, so the next activity is the Paint Me activity. This is where we will provide red paint for students to paint their palm and then mark whichever body parts they have been groped or touched without consent. And then the third activity is the confession board. This is an activity where students will share their sexual harassment experiences. It could be any type of experiences, any type of story, and then we will provide a blue sticky note for male student and then pink sticky notes for female student. And then we have the What I Wore showcase. This is an activity where there will be all type of clothing that victims have worn while they have been assaulted. And it is also pinpoints that sexual harassment is a personal selfish acts, and harasser cannot defend their insatiable lust with the argument of presumption of permission offered by the other party's style of dressing. And then I forgot about the splash dam activity. So in this activity both men and women will participate as a way to let them vent their anger towards sexual harassment. It is also to highlight the presence of equal chances for both men and women to encounter any form of sexual harassment.
Benar.
So that is all for the activity during the exhibition of the campaign.
Oh, you have more kah?
Yes,
Oh.
we do.
Yeah.
So we have the weekly activity, which is the self-defense roadshow, which are called the Protect Yourself Roadshow. So this roadshow will give the audience a few tips on self-defense, on how to protect themselves against sexual assaults, but also how to protect others when it is necessary. And we'll be doing this roadshow in FLC, FEB, and also Student Pavilion.
Yeah. In case you guys are wondering
yeah.
what that is, FLC is Faculty of Language and Communication.
Yes.
Meanwhile, FEB is Faculty of Economy and Business, and Student Pavilion is Student Pavilion.
Yes. So be there, guys, because we will also be selling our stickers,
Yes, or merch.
Yeah,
or beautiful
and-
merch.
Yes, merch and stickers, okay? So yeah, be there.
Be there or be square, guys.
Oh, Benaya, are you? So yeah, I think that is all for our campaign. That is all I want to promote. And also this podcast is also one of our activity actually. That's
Yeah.
why we're doing it, to promote our campaign and sexual harassment that has been, happening in campus for both men and women.
Yeah, that is so true.
Benar.
Right. And I hope like everyone who comes to the exhibition join the activities, our interactive activities, just to make it more livelier. Like it will be impactful, livelier. Like it will be a solemn exhibition, I suppose, because it is a dark and like touchy subject. But like it's a subject that needs to be talked about, or else like the issue will become more and more prevalent. especially in campus, you know, students are among students, like, not to say it's more, there's high chances of happening, but like, you know, it's good to be aware of these issues. So yeah. And that is it for our podcast. I mean, for this episode. Join us again next time. And thank you again, Michelle, for sharing information about the campaign and giving your input to the stories.
You're welcome, Romy and Ayu.
And also, just to remind everyone, our campaign will be on the 3rd and 4th of January, Tuesday and Wednesday, from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the lobby of Faculty of Language and Communication. So yeah, see you guys there.
Yeah, see you guys there. It's on 2023, you guys, not 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, see you guys there. Bye.
Bye.